I am honored to join Jim today, although I wish I could walk with Jim the whole way to New Bedford. Without further ado, Mr. Jim Harney.
I have cancer. I have terminal cancer, and I'm hoping to use the last days that I have walking in solidarity with the undocumented human beings who are risking their lives walking through Central America, trying to make it to the United States to do something very, very simple. That is to come up with an income where they will be able to support families that are in dire straits, that are living in economies that are collapsing, that are falling apart. And much of the reason for all of that is because of trade relationships that have been underway, that have basically favored the elite of Central America rather than having done anything to support the impoverished of Central America, those who are living outside the economic system, making $1, $2 a day. It's unjust, it's terrible, and for that reason human beings are coming north trying to make an income. I believe that it's incredibly important that we begin to stretch our imaginations so that we begin to identify with the excluded of this planet, with those who are being humiliated, with human beings who are working in conditions that are simply terrible. And every day that they go to work, they're worried about the immigration authorities coming in and grabbing them and separating them from families, putting them in detention camps. I knew a human being who, in Central America, left El Salvador with 20 people. He ended up in the United States, and he told me that 19 of his friends died in the journey coming to the United States of America. The man, when he was sharing this to me, was in trauma, tears coming down his face, just recounting the story of friends having been killed by maras, by gangs, his friends having fallen off of trains, friends who died in the Sonora Desert, died of thirst, a terrible death, and he said he was the only one who had survived. I would like to say that I'm trying to identify with the crucified, with those who, for the most part, aren't covered by the national news, ABC, NBC, CNN, Fox. Basically, they don't film the faces of the undocumented. They don't share the important narratives of the undocumented. Those stories are hidden, and it's about time that we begin to tell those stories, because in telling these stories, we'll all be able to live a life of hope. We'll be able to create a future, and a future that will include everyone rather than excluding so many. The undocumented, 12.5, 13 million of them living in the United States, are the hope of this country. And it's about time that we begin to recognize them, to support them, to be proximate to them as they live in the shadows. We've got to create a situation where we bring them out and create an economic system that treats them with decent and fair wages, treats them as fellow citizens, puts them on a path to citizenship, and allows them to stand tall and allow their dignity to grow rather than to humiliate them. It's time that we do that, and this time is now.
During the 80s in Central America, when people gather and call out names for attendance, it was a tradition. For those who were no longer with the group, for those who died, the people will say presente, to show that the person was still present in spirit. Now, we would like to read out the names of immigrants who had lost their life trying to come here to this country. When I say their names, I would like you to say presente, and also raise the glasses, please. just to show that these people is here with us in spirit today. María. Presente. Pedro. Presente. José. Presente. Juan. Presente. Edwin. Presente. Martín. Presente. Miriam. Presente. Julio. Presente. Diego. Presente. Elena. Presente. Josué. Presente. Julia. Presente. Isolina. Presente. Suyaba. Presente. Asunción. Presente. Carmen. Presente. Thank you.
My name is Patricia Montes, and I am from Honduras, Central America, and I work with Centro Presente, a Latino immigrant organization that work defending the rights of the Latino immigrant community here in Boston, and also struggle for social and economic justice. Okay.
When you talk about your organization's work, some of the work Centro Presente does, and how you join with Jim Harney today.
We work very hard, as I said before, defending the basic human rights of the Latino immigrant community here in this country. And we also work a lot trying to change this economic system that is pushing people every day to come to this country. And we are here today supporting Jim in solidarity with many people that are trying to come here and that are dying, trying to cross the border to come to this country.
Jim's walk with different organizations from Boston to Bedford?
I think this is a beautiful thing that Jim is doing and trying to involve more people to educate the U.S. people about what is happening with the Latino immigrant community and also what is happening in our own countries, why people is trying to come here. I think it's very important to do this activity, and also we are very, very happy to have Jim with us supporting our community.